I absolutely love Jeremy Allen White. Huge fan here. Lip from Shameless, Carmen from The Bear, the boss from the movie Deliver Me from Nowhere, and he's got some upcoming movies, The Social Reckoning and Enemies. Wow, he is so busy right now. So he's on fire. Let's look at his numerology. Let's do it. So, hi all, it's Lori from Numerology with Lori. And I want to thank you all for being here with me. Please like and subscribe. If you click the bell icon, click on the down, oh, I don't know what it's called, the little icon section there that's a drop down. That's what it's called. And it's to set it to all instead of personalized because this way YouTube won't be able to pick your videos for you. And if you choose to see my videos, you can either watch them or you don't have to. It's up to you. Anyway. So, thank you. Thanks all for being here with me. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about Jeremy's numerology numbers. So, let's take a look at his destiny number. First of all, I do have a chart for him, Jeremy Allen White. I've got all his numbers written in here. I've got his vowels circled. And then you can see to this side where we did his destiny number first, his soul number, and then his personality number. And here is his birth date. So this is his life path number, number 5. Oops, I can't get in there and show you that. Yep. And then this is his maturity number, which is actually a true 10, and we'll talk about that. And then over here to this side are his pinnacles and his challenges calculated from his birth date. So I'm happy to share that with you. Oh, if you want to take a screenshot, feel free. I know you may have already, but this way, this will help you to kind of follow along a little bit. Okay. So his destiny number is a 5. That's really interesting. So we're going to see going forward how that matches his life path number, which is quite interesting. So I think the most important aspect we'll see here is his ability to adapt to change. In fact, he kind of works with change. He craves it almost. Um, More so than most people. I mean, a lot of people I hear do not care for change. They just don't like to feel change. They want everything to stay the same. I personally agree that change is a good factor in our lives, but I can certainly understand why somebody wouldn't like it. Anyway, um, Jeremy does have a 5 in his destiny number. So yeah, he adapts to change very well. So he enjoys his freedom and he's going to learn to use his craft to create a sense of freedom and change just by doing what he already loves to do, which is really, really important. Um, the ultimate adventure, that's his need. Yeah, how cool is that? So the next number that we'll look at here, and we took a look at this chart, I'll show you again. That's his soul number right here. And this is calculated by using the vowels that went across from his first name. Am I showing it to you right? His first name, middle name, and last name. So this is just the vowels. And you'll see that those are circled. The vowels are circled. So they're brought down and calculated to give us what we hope is an accurate, well, we know it's inaccurate, but we hope is a good depiction of his soul number, of his soul energy. So his soul number, though, is karmic. It's a 1910 1. So it adds up to a 1, which is a good number to have. But because it's a 19 and it is somewhat karmic, it's important to remember that it doesn't have, it's not there all the time. And his heart's desire is to understand this and make this better this lifetime. Typically, what that means is that this is brought over, if you so believe, I happen to, from a past life. So, okay. So typically, this is about abuse of power in a past life. That's very interesting. One can almost see where he came up with this, but I don't know. I mean, without knowing a lot about his personal life, it's really difficult to say. So, judging just from what I see, I tend to want to go by his personality number or his personality, whatever he shows to us. But having this is somehow there was a selfishness present. Maybe there was a dependence, a laziness, um, a big ego, all of that combined, and it created a sense of intimidation for people. So it allowed him to get what he needed to get at the moment, which was whatever it turned out to be. We don't know because we weren't in his past life with him, but we can sense that there was something about it based on this 19 karmic number. So usually when you have a 19 or a karmic number in the life path that you're in right now, it means that you're here to work on that. So it's like your soul understands that there was, oh, I got chills just by telling you that. It's as if your soul understands that there was an issue in the past and we're just here to fix it. That's what it is. That's what it feels like to me. Um, so yeah, I don't get the feeling that he is like this now, but it's important for Jeremy to learn to stand on his own right now. That's important. And yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. He'll learn to be independent, considerate of others. That's pretty amazing. And to assert himself positively. He should remember to accept help when he needs it. So that's an important piece of this karmic energy. You can't, no man is an island. You cannot be 100% on your own and do things, but he does need to learn to stand on his own. And there's also a part of him that no needs to speak up and say, no, I'm sorry, I can't do it that way. That's not right. Yeah. I feel like, we're delving into the 1910 quite a bit, but let's work on it. Let's work on it. And hopefully he'll get there. So let's take a look at his personality number. So his personality number is a 22-4. Now, it's interesting because a personality number is not always, I mean, it is one of the five core numbers. So it's a master number. That 22 is master energy. That's what we get the sense that he's giving, this master energy, this hardworking individual, which he is a hard worker. Don't get me wrong. Just the things that I mentioned at the beginning of this video are just a handful of things that he's accomplished, that he has done. And he was on Shameless for that. That was for years. That went for a long, long time. I watched every episode and I watched it after the fact. So yeah, I really enjoyed his character a lot. But anyway, the 22 is a master number, but it doesn't have as much to do about the 22 energy. I mean, it can because he can experience high highs and low lows more in a public domain in what other people see in him, but he's also showing this hardworking self. And there is a kernel of truth to everything that's personality related there. It shows the good part of him. That's good. Is he really working hard? Like the way that the number shows, it seems like it. It sure does seem like it. So that's pretty cool. So let's take a look at his life path number. So I'm going to show you this real quick. We did his destiny, his soul number, and his personality. Now, again, you can re-listen to this video, or you can certainly feel free to send me a comment and ask me a question. I am available to answer your questions. But now we're going to talk about his life path and his maturity number, and then we'll get into his pinnacles. So his life path is also a 5. Same as the soul number. Is that what? Oh no, his destiny number. His destiny number was a five. And that's something that's with you all the time, same as your life path. So it tells me that the five is energy that he that's his all the time. That's with him almost constantly. So that's good in that he understands the five and he knows no other way to be. He thinks this is the way everybody is. But if it either way, that's the way he is. Um, okay, so it feels like he enjoys his chosen career because this career allows for freedom, it allows for a constant change, no matter how long some of these TV shows have been. It's still a change. Like it's a change of environment. It's a change in whether or not he is has to work that day. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting change that happens with the number five. And the freedom, it gives him the freedom to be who he wants to be. And this is the adventure that he craves, which I think is and we know that he craves it because it's in his life path number and it's in his destiny. Both of these numbers show us that he's craving what the five energy has to give, which is good. It's good. So the next step is to see his maturity number. So we added the destiny number, which is over here. Let's see, I'm going to look at it this way. The destiny number was a five, and his life path number is a five. So we add the five and the five together, and we got a true 10. This is pretty amazing, folks. So what that means is as he matures, oh, I got chills for him. I got chills just in that tells me that it's spirit speaking through me, but you may or may not believe that. I just know that I get chills over this one. So if the maturity number is a true 10, it's about good karma. Really interesting concept for him because as he grows and matures, the karma that we just talked about in his 1910 number, well, he's going to work that out as he matures and as he grows. So it means that he's ending his karma in this lifetime, which is just amazing. It's amazing. It's latent and it can be considered a growth number, but we don't know when it's going to happen. We don't. This might be something that he kind of feels is coming forward his whole life, which usually the maturity number does indicate that, but we don't know at what point he recognized that. So it feels like he may go through a few life events, a few challenges in his life, um, and then hopefully he'll use these events to change his life course. I feel like that's almost a given. With that 10 good karma number, he's going to somehow recognize that. Now, I'm not going to say he's going to recognize that he's got a good karma 10. No, that's not what I mean. But he's going to recognize that my life has gone off the rails a little bit. I need to rein this in and do something positive with the rest of what I've got going on here. So, so, so wait until you hear his pinnacles. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. So anyway, let's see where we are. So let's talk about his first pinnacle. We did talk about his maturity number. Yes. Okay. So let's talk about his first pinnacle. His first pinnacle is the three, and the challenge is a one. Interesting. This is until he's about age 31. Now, the fact is that the three really allows him to show especially when it comes to creative efforts, communication, joy of living. He gets to show all of these wonderful things, and it's a pinnacle. And it's a pinnacle, which means that it's kind of coming easy to him. You know, it kind of comes easy. It's not that it's the challenge. It's the pinnacle. And it's a number three, which is all about all the things that we talked about. The one challenge creates It sometimes indicates that a person early on in life was rather shy. Now, that's interesting because when I think of Jeremy Allen White, when I first was introduced to him in Shameless, that's the sense that I got, that he was this latent, kind of heartthrobby guy, especially to the younger people. Um, and he had a certain shyness about him. Now, again, this is the somewhat the character Lip, but is this true of Jeremy Allen White? We don't know. We don't know. I think that's kind of interesting because you wonder if art is reflecting life. I don't know. Interesting. So the fact is that the three really allows him. We talked about all this and generally blah blah blah. The one creates a certain shyness, but it seems to have worked for him in his career, and that's very true. It has worked for him. So, did he have issues growing up? I don't know, with shyness. And it makes me wonder, like, so did the three help to kind of negate that or give him opportunities where he could speak to whatever was bothering him? Or I'm not sure. I really feel like the three was a helper to overcoming the shyness that he experienced with the one. And it's almost like if you look at his career, he was fairly young when he started on Shameless. So yeah, that took a little time for it to gel and for us to notice him and to think that he was pretty phenomenal, which he is. But I'm it's just very interesting. So so yeah, we talked about that the three might have been the saving grace. So his second pinnacle is the exact same. And I'm going to show you those real quick so we can see. So do you see where his pinnacles are a 3-3? So the challenge is always the either the one or the zero. Ooh. So yeah, the first pinnacle and the second pinnacle though are a three. So we'll get to the fourth and the third and fourth in a minute. But so that tells me that, he's familiar with this. Is he doing the same things he was before? We don't know. He probably doesn't even recognize that he's in the same mind frame. He's in the same frame mindset. Mindset. Sorry. I couldn't think of that the right description. So, very similar, but maybe not as much shyness. I'm getting the sense that, yes, he's somewhat still on the shy side, but he uses like self-deprecating humor, um, maybe this sense of being a big ego. I'm not sure to overcome because that can be when a one is a challenge, you need to like take charge of your life. But again, that three could be working to help him overcome the one challenge, you know? Um, so I'm not sure, but that's one thing that the challenge could mean. It may not be that that it happens all the time, but it can occur, which we're talking about um let's see. Let me get to it real quick. It could be that he suffers with low self-esteem. So I'm sorry. It could be the low self-esteem is taking place instead of the shyness. Doesn't occur all the time. We just said that. So here's another time where the three pinnacle will come through. His third pinnacle starts at about age 39. So this is really fascinating. And I'm going to share that third pinnacle with you. You see, it's a 6. And if you're with me, and keep in mind that the 0 that is showing in his challenge, the 6 is about love, family, marriage, divorce. Now we know that he's getting divorced now. That's actually already, I think, happened. And that's in his second pinnacle. So maybe he's going to spend a little time single, maybe seeing some people, but nothing really serious. And then He's going to reach about age 39, and this will go until he's about 48. There's where he has the six. In my numerological opinion, he's probably going to get married, at least fall deeply in love. So, and have a partner that he will have likely through the rest of his life. It doesn't mean he's going to get married, but he is going to have a partner. So let's keep that in mind. So, and interestingly enough, that challenge for the third pinnacle is a zero. And it's the same for the fourth pinnacle. Fascinating. And if you remember, I've said this before, typically when there's a person that has at least two zeros in their challenge, and it doesn't mean that the one can't signify this, but typically two of them means that this person is an old soul. So he's been around the block. He's been here before. And we know that just because of the karmic number 1910 1. So that's his soul number. So his soul number, his heart's desire wants him to overcome the maturity. His desire is to overcome. So, again, if he's an old soul, it could be that that's what is being suggested here, and it could be because the challenge runs through his for the rest of his life that he's an old soul. It's very interesting. Whether he knows it or not, this is his choice. So let's see what happens for him. Let's see what happens, but keep in mind that he may very well be an old soul. He might. So the fourth pinnacle is a four. Now we know that the zero is the challenge, and we know that that could mean that he's an old soul. Keep in mind, one more thing I want to say about the zero challenge, and I know that we've talked about this in the zero video that I did just a few days ago. So if you haven't seen it, please take a look at that. Um, but that keep in mind that the oh my gosh, I forget where I was going. So anyway, so let's talk about his fourth pinnacle. His fourth pinnacle is a number four. It's a four. So that's great to me because it tells me that in and usually this lasts from about it lasts until the end of his life. And in Jeremy's case, I think this will start up around age 48. So is he married? Is he got a partner? We're not sure. We think so. Um, I would say that he's working hard. He's loving what he's doing. So he's working hard in his career. He's working hard in his love life. He's working hard in his life to overcome the challenges he's been given, which could be all or nothing. Oh, that's what I was going to say about the zero challenge. We know that that challenge means all the challenges or none of them. It's kind of his choice. It depends on what he's going through at the time. If he has a sense that things are going well, he may opt out of challenges altogether. Or if he feels that there's something he needs to work on, he's just going to know that instinctively. Isn't that interesting? I find that really fascinating. So don't forget to watch that Zero Philosophy Numerology video. It's really very good. So the last two pinnacles, I really love these pinnacles for him so much. The zero in there, and I all the four, the six, and the four, and I love the challenges as well. The zero challenges. I'm really anxious to see what he does with those. So I'm also happy to provide you with a reading or consultation. Please contact me at loriintuitivenumerologist.com and just ask me some questions. That'll come directly to me via an email at Lori Manning 30, Lori Manning Bolton. No, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let me get this right. It's L Manning-Bolis 37 at gmail.com. So if you go to loriintuitivenumerologist.com and you send me an email right through that website, it'll come to that. So I'll be able to see it and I can answer your questions right there. So that's a positive thing. So I feel like I know Jeremy Allen White a lot better. I hope you do too. I feel like this has been a good way for us to communicate about him. And I feel like I'm very anxious to see where he goes with things. I'm so happy about these new movies that he's got coming up. What is it called? The Enemies and the Socialists, something or other. I'm so sorry, I can't remember already. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you'll join me again. And I'll see you soon. Bye.